Alright, so
Yeah.
continuing from where we left off with the conversation. Uh, Overall, what do you think uh about the whole debacle that has happened?
The whole debacle with Trinity and Northern Alliance.
Yeah, with Yaren and the Northern Alliance, yeah?
Or yeah, Yarn. I think I'm intrigued to see where it goes, to say the least. I don't think it'll actually end up going anywhere, but I I think a war for the server could definitely spice things up in a good way.
Alright. And politically speaking, uh, how have you seen politics and diplomacy overall in this server?
Uh, they've been kind of chaotic to say the least.
Chaotic. How could you elaborate a little bit further on that?
Well, some groups will only communicate to each other through game chat. Other groups use predominantly Discord, and some groups do the same with politics. And so you'll have some groups that are having instant communication for politics, and other groups that are taking, real life days to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And I think it's leading to quite the interesting political spread. They ever empty?
Do you think that it would be better if they stuck to one means of communication, be it completely removing Discord and only allowing communication in the game, or vice versa, or however?
I I think it should be that way, where at least in terms of political communications, I think most of it should happen through Discord, because I mean that's kind of what I feel like the point of this server even is.
Hmm.
Uh,
And
Sorry,
then
I'm looking. I
you're all
make.
good. Wow, this is a beautiful table. So, in terms of all of this, uh, let's say hypothetically, with the fact that the raid ban is still in place and that PvP has been essentially,
There's still so the raid ban is still in place.
yeah, the raid ban is still in place. He said it's been in place from my understanding of how it's essentially been. I don't know if this has changed, but I think not. From what I know, he's paused it indefinitely because of the lack of staff members to monitor the raids properly.
Oh, that is, yeah. I don't like the staff of this server have not been doing a great job. And while I understand that there's a lot of, nuances that they have to manage, I think for something like that, just don't just make them battle on a spot where they don't have temporal gears real close or something.
Yeah.
They could set it up to where one person could very easily watch the fight, or even just have them turn off the land claim. I almost would rather have it, instead of being schedule a raid, just have it be a raid day. Maybe summits are on Sundays, so Saturday should be war day, and just turn off land claims for a day.
Yeah. That would be an
It would
interesting turn to things, very much so. So
it
let's
would definitely encourage a lot of people to lock a lot more doors and set up
more
things like
defenses.
that. Yes, more defenses too.
So, do you think that the server would be better off with or without PvP?
I think the server would be better with PvP personally, but I also think a lot of the people who have settled into the server for the long run may be more PvP apprehensive, especially after all of the, beautiful structures that have been built.
Yeah.
I could see some people getting in a conflict with someone who has no interest in negotiating and just wants to raid and just outright quitting the server because they can't handle a loss like that.
All right. So, let's put this into perspective. So, you know what happened with pirates, right? The whole debacle with them and everything that turned this out, right?
I vaguely understand.
Well, that's a lot to get into right now. But long story short, with the pirates breaking a lot of the rules being unclear, lack of staff members, uh, as well as outright just griefing, the pirates ended up getting banned, a lot of them, and disbanded,
Yeah.
which in turn caused the overall pause on the raids.
Now
Uh,
see, I honestly think because there's ways that you can set up land claims, to some extent, the point of a civilization server and the point of civilization in general is small people cluster together to make bigger groups because you can be more productive and um,
better
you're
protected.
safer in numbers. Yeah, you have protection. And so banning the pirates for harassing small people and griefing land claim, like, it's one thing if you're doing something dirty like turning on and off your land claim and trapping people, like that I would be mad about, but from what I've heard, they were just being, Rust players on a server that's full of Stardew Valley players.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, I would say. Um, in regards to the whole PvP thing, hypothetically, let's put it this way. If PvP wouldn't to come back, I'm not saying this is what's gonna happen, this is just a hypothetical, but say PvP is to be completely banned or just put on hold indefinitely due to their lack of staff. How do you think the server would react to this? How do you think this would affect the server?
I think it may cause some people to leave who joined this server under the guise of civilizations have war, but I don't. It'll be interesting to see.
All right. Uh, do
How
you?
much does?
Yeah,
Sorry, do you know how much the bridle cost from Treasure Hunter?
I have no idea. Oh, so hypothetically speaking, if after this, like, theoretical PvP removal, do you think that it would be a good idea to implement some sort of PvE into the game, considering there's a lot that without the story content, there's not drifters, there's not a lot of stuff like that that would uh discourage stuff like this, standing outside in the middle of the night without the fear of some sort of drifter or Botorn coming up and attacking you.
Oh, I would love mobs to be cranked up as well, but I think think the problem with that one is it's also going to change animal spawns. And I was very upset that they doubled the crop growth rate because I feel like a big part of these civilizations is struggle. Like, we gotta plan our meals. We gotta be smart about it. If everyone would have been smart about it, they'd have been like us, and we had 80 million, uh, oh, we had so many berry bushes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna walk over here and grab something. I think I have an elk medallion.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get where you're coming from. What was I gonna say? Do you think it would be a good idea to implement, say, the fantasy mobs mod?
I can't say that I do. I only played vanilla prior to this server.
It adds goblins, fantasy creatures, goblins, orcs, stuff like that, dragons, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think that would be an interesting thing to add into this? Considering right now it feels like uh a lot of people are preparing for something that can't even realistically happen because of the PvP ban. There's no real need for armor. There's no real need for weapons right now. So, and a lot of people are making them, but why? There's no real
I
reason
mean,
right now to do so.
I'm sure even with the PvP ban, because we can still damage each other, I mean, I still plan on, we want to build a coliseum for humans as well as our roosters. So, I mean, I'm sure other factions will do similar types of things, but I would rather have something to fight. Give us something more to do.
Yeah. Right. That what do you think that the server is currently missing? What do you think that is something that you feel like it would be key for the server to have that it currently lacks?
Honestly, I'd say the PvP element.
Just specifically the PvP element?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've been pretty happy with this server for the most part. I do wish the admins were a little more on top of some of the things that they've talked about or promised, like land political land claims. I put in my political land claim before the last summit, and they never announced anything or did anything, which leads me to believe that those are no longer a part of the server either.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's been a lot of not necessarily mismanagement, but a lot of promises that weren't
Yes,
fulfilled upon?
promises that were never fulfilled.
Uh,
I would definitely say there were some unfulfilled promises.
do you feel like a lot of these things, some of these things need to be addressed immediately, or do you think that they can wait?
I think, unfortunately, the things that I feel are a problem will end up not getting addressed in general.
Do you just
Because
feel like,
I could see that server consensus, more people want to be peaceful than have wars anyway. Because, I mean, you've seen all the beautiful bases that people have built.
yeah, but necessarily PvP doesn't necessarily have to mean you have to go and destroy somebody's house. You can
That
go
is true.
you can go and say,
So if you want to follow me,
I want to invade you because I love your land and I want to take over your land.
Well, and that's something that I'd love for there to be in place, but they haven't been doing land claims, so there's no that's not a possibility right now, and it's sad.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Uh, where do you think that the server could improve upon? Be it the staff, be it overall in the server, be it mods in general. What do you think the
Staff
server could improve
staff
upon?
staff response time.
Staff response time, okay. Though
Yeah,
this is
I usually don't get a response in any of the tickets that I make until about 4 days later when I've started cussing in my reminder messages. Then they'll respond. But otherwise, it takes them fucking 3 to 5 days to respond.
do you think that this also has this is also stemming from there have being a lack of staff members overall for the amount of people in the server? Because
Uh,
we do
yeah.
also gotta consider that they didn't really account for the amount of players that there were gonna be in the server, but at the same time, they did let a lot of them in. They're still whitelisting a fuck ton of people.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
They fortify it.
Really hoping well, no, he did. I just broke it because I was hoping he had twine.
Uh, Other than the staff, anything else? Any comments, concerns overall? Not necessarily with the staff, but overall.
Um, I I wish there was more stable economies set up. So the the biggest problem with our current world economy is the fact that it took McBow several. Do you have any sticks on you?
Nope.
Okay. It took McBow several hours to make the few thousand currency that they did. And currently, their pricing for their currency is ridiculously low. It's like 3 to 6 iron for or 3 to 6 narcs for steel tools, iron tools, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And it needs to be way higher. But for them to do that, because it takes several hours to craft the small amount that they actually did, the admin needs to just spawn them coins and have them pay the material cost.
Do you think
So that was
as well regarding
definitely fix the economy.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're perfectly fine. Regarding the economy thing. Uh do you think this could also stem from the fact that they decided to limit the amount of coins that they're actively making right now? As to not stem inflation, even though inflation doesn't really seem to be a problem at this point, considering the lack of trade overall and currency use.
Well, I understand where they're coming from. I do think that curbing inflation at the moment is redundant because nobody has enough money for there to be inflation to worry about.
Mhm. Do you
But
think?
I
Yeah.
think that neither of the two minting factions are handling their minting responsibilities correctly.
Okay. How do you think that this can be remedied?
Having the admins do the spawn swap for some things, so like, It's 2 meteoric iron for 80 narcs is how they produce it.
Hmm.
And sorry,
You're perfectly fine.
oh man, I'm psyched. I'm gonna be able to buy an elk here shortly.
Hell yeah, man. I've been dying to get one myself, but sadly I got no real way of getting one. I really need one because I've been traveling so much from point to point of this world, and I've just been walking the entire time. But sadly, I don't got any real currency or way to get it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Like I'm using currency that some of my other group members gathered just to have enough.
By the way, speaking of the whole currency economy thing, continuing on the vein that we were just talking about, do you think that other than the fact of the admins intervening on this and preferably working on it themselves, uh, to help the economy grow better, do you think so far bartering has been way better instead of this?
Yeah, for the like our nation has thrived off of bartering just because we don't have our own mint, and even with how close we are in proximity, I mean, I just gathered up most of the narcs in the kingdom, and I only have 54.
Yeah. Considering
And and
from
we like sorry, realistically, we're probably should be one of the wealthier kingdoms around, just because I mean, look at us.
yeah, yeah, that's completely understandable. I was thinking about this. Essentially, from what I've heard so far, uh, narcs don't really get out from Bastion Steel a lot, mostly because of two factors. One is not really a lot of people use Narc coins outside of Bastion Steel, and they're not really promoting it outside of Bastion Steel. And second, deriving from that, they don't want to use Narc coins outside of Bastion Steel. They essentially prefer to keep them very well to themselves. From this is coming from information that I've gathered. I have no real uh, evidence of this. It's all just hearsay. But at the same
Yeah.
time, this is what a lot of people I've seen have been feeling. And so far, it's looking more true than not. Especially with the example you just gave me.
Well, yeah, that's I there's a group not far from here called the Oval. They're husband, wife, and brother, and we did a lot of trade or a massive amount of bartering. Like we've got 3 stacks of their leather still from doing barter trades for steel tools with them because they were going to take their 3 stacks of leather and go offer it to Bastion Steel for some narcs, and Bastion wouldn't even trade with them. They were too busy that day, and no one would talk to the group. And I was like, well, shit. We'll take that deal. We'll sell you some tools, and we've been working with them consistently ever since. I mean,
Do you
I think
feel
every 2-3 days we've gotten a shipment of fat and bones and hide from them.
do you feel like this outlook or this way that Bastion Steel has been acting, because from what I've interviewed a couple people, this is not uh, a rare occurrence from them to go being, quote, too busy to even interact with other people.
Yeah,
Do you think it
I
stems from somewhere more than that? I'm quoting somebody here from another interview I had. Do you think it's coming from a place of they have a sense of superiority and they don't have to stoop to a level like other people?
I do not think they have a superiority complex because I think if they did, they would be a lot more eager to jump on this war with the United City-States of Yarn. I think it comes from the position of they never planned on really having the mint. I think they just wanted the mint so they could have power over the economy. I don't think they really anticipated beyond I want power of the economy as to what to do with the mint.
Do you think
Because
they
I was talking to
essentially they just wanted to have the mint and yet had no idea how to work with it properly?
yes, precisely. Because I was talking to Shorty earlier today, and he was saying that their prices were an experiment at the moment, and was talking about how they distributed and whatnot. And while I do get his side of it took him, I think it was like 6 or 7 hours to produce the initial 6,000 coins that they made, and that was him manually pressing coins and the automatic coin press running. But if I was doing it, I would have either had the admin spawn me in some coins at that point, or,
Another thing is
leave that automatic printer on 24/7.
you can't, yeah, you can leave the printer on if he made the copies. I feel like this is really an excuse considering how much of a powerhouse they are, because regarding that, uh they can produce a lot of coins with a input output hopper chest setup with the coin press. They put the planchets
Yeah,
on the
I
top,
also,
they have the automatic press on the bottom, and every so often the only thing they would need to do is replace the trussels.
I also full-heartedly think I saw something in the post that he was defending himself in the thing. Let me find it real quick. Discussions. Countries that minted coins got tons of free goods is the description, or yeah, hope discussion post. And it's, yeah. Apparently, at least according to this person, Northern Alliance was given 750 steel as compensation for producing all the economy. And if that is the case, oh, you're getting attacked.
Jesus.
He just really, oh, the fuck?
What the? That wasn't there.
What the hell?
What is this? This has been
I
the
don't know, but
great.
it goes uncomfortably deep.
This is the weirdest interview I've
I'm
had so
not.
far.
I'm not going any deeper. We don't need to explore Magic Mystery Hole.
Yeah, you're right. So, as I was saying with the whole Bastion, you were saying about the whole Bastion Steel thing before we got cut off? A quote about the steel and such, the compensation?
Oh, yes. Um, I don't know if they got compensation for. Oh, we go too far.
No, we're here. Yep, this is the place.
Did we? Oh, yeah. Okay. For some reason
What
that
the?
felt way too cave-like for me.
It goes up.
Yeah. Let's see where it goes up to. That I'm a little curious about.
But yeah. Uh. Oh. Huh?
My guess is that has something to do with that.
What? What is this? I don't think we should continue
It's not a
investigating this.
stack up. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
In any case, do you feel like uh what the poll is saying might be true that Bastion Steel holds way too much power with this and that they're essentially getting a lot of privileges in this regard and it undermines a lot of the progress for the other factions, as well as this might stem into some sort, in any way, shape, or form, a superiority complex.
I think that they are definitely lacking on their ability to set up the server economy, and that maybe the mints should be revoked from both them and Trinity, because Trinity doesn't seem to have done anything with their coin either. I mean, yesterday was the first time I'd even seen one.
Yeah, they've still
Um,
been working
but
on theirs.
it
They did,
seems
however, uh, the way that the Trinity's coin also worked from personal experience, essentially, uh, is that they wanted to bring it out to Bastion Steel and trade it with them, but Bastion Steel refused to trade it with anything except Narc coins. So they wouldn't take they wouldn't take the Trinity's coins.
and now see that feels a little silly to me. But in my personal opinion, I think that at the very least, like I haven't seen enough Trinity coin to know how they're distributing, but I personally don't think that either minting faction at the moment deserves their mint because they have failed to set up an economy.
Yeah.
I would be totally down for a revote for minting
Okay.
and base it off of something other than who can mine the most gold in a brief warning period.
Yeah.
Because we mined 36 gold, but we only started mining, 48 hours before Summit when they made the announcement. Other groups knew that it was going, or I heard from other rulers that they either knew it was going to be gold or had already been mining gold for, other purposes when they made that announcement.
Yeah. So, hmm, do you
Because, I mean,
think that overall, with everything that has been going on, uh, in a way, Bastion Steel seems to have a lot of areas where they need to fix their stuff. Taking this as an example.
Sorry, I was just my name got called out in the chat.
You're okay.
Oh. Okay.
Alright. So what I was asking is, do you feel that using this as an example, do you feel that Bastion Steel has a lot of places where they can improve and a lot of places where right now they've done pretty poorly in that regards?
Um, Sorry, rephrase that question one more time.
Do you think that Bastion Steel could improve in a lot of their in some of their areas right now with how they're structured and how everything's been going, considering from what it
Oh,
seems not a lot of people are happy with the way that they are running things.
yeah, I very much think they could restructure their economy to a more beneficial style of it. Because, I mean, right now, they're definitely failing the server with their economy. And if the server economy fails, it's only a matter of time until
It takes the
people
dead
just stop
water.
trading. Yeah, people just stop trading with the coins altogether and just go back to gears and barter.
Water. One thing that I've seen that a lot of traders have been using outside of Bastion Steel has been copper bits. Copper bits has been an insane form of currency overall in a lot of these places so far. What's your opinion on that? Do you think that would be a good thing? Do you think otherwise?
I would honestly heavily disagree with the use of copper bits just because if I'm gonna trade, I'd rather trade for something I'm gonna use. I don't want to end up with a bunch of copper bits, you know.
Yeah.
Not not useful to. I'd rather trade with steel bits at that point because steel will actually end up using.
Yeah, but it let's put this into perspective. Say uh I have a penny. The penny is made out of nickel. What else can I make with that nickel?
In real life,
Yes, in
you
real
can make
life.
all sort all sorts of things. You
Okay.
could melt a coin down and make whatever you want out of it. But I do get what you're going here of our currency is faith-based currency. But I
Yeah.
think, I mean, we're a medieval society, and our currency mod, you can very easily reforge stuff back into their metals. So I think that you gotta have a gold-backed currency. Maybe not necessarily gold-backed. In fact, I personally think Bastion's money is worth more on the sheer premise of their currency is meteoric iron, which is more useful than gold. So collecting 80 of it's basically iron-backed currency. Because
Yeah.
you know that even if you don't buy anything with those narcs that you're obtaining from selling stuff for, you can smelt it down in the meteoric iron for a bit of a loss, but it's still backed by something solid and sustainable.
Mm, yeah. I see where you're coming from this. This
This
is that's
shears on
it's actually
R.
a pretty interesting perspective to put on it, and something that yeah, in a way I do agree with. Uh,
Well, that's like I told them earlier today, and they seemingly one of um Ajax agreed with me, but McBow disagreed with me. But that I think a steel tool should cost 45
how so?
because, well, you gotta figure 40 of them is equivalent to one iron ingot because 80 pieces smelts into two ingots, or yeah, two ingots. So 40 pieces is one ingot, and steel is worth a bit more than or iron. So for 45 to
Not
50
really a
range, I
bit
would
more,
give
a lot
to
more. I think
a
50 would be
steel.
a reasonable. Yeah, I see where you're coming with this, and honestly, I agree. I do think that considering the steel tool's inherent value, uh, it
Oh
would be
yeah,
better.
it's one of those things. If they sat down and did some real world math, I think they would have came out with totally different prices than what they've given us.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Can hear
Hello.
you.
There seems to be someone there.
I did hear someone say hello.
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 I've
Where are they?
Tis
I've
I,
got.
Cold Titan the Top Bard Extraordinaire.
Oh,
Oh,
Cold Titan.
perfect. Hey, he's down
I
there.
am outside your smithy, I think.
Yes, I am a coming.
Yep, take your time.
Hello. I definitely
Hello.
came from inside and didn't jump off from the roof.
Of course.
Of course. Hello. Oh my god, what did you do to these poor pandas?
Made a pretty decoration.
Holy crap.
Very pretty.
No, looks good, looks good.
Hello, Titan.
How's it going?
I'm not from
Hello.
Norfolk, but hello, I am Wolf Wandering Journalist. I've been recording I'm essentially running a little vintage story podcast with people.
Oh, very nice. I am Cold Titan the Top Bard Extraordinaire. I pretty much sing at people.
Are you the bard that the pirates wanted to kill?
I am the bard that the pirates had the kill order on, yes.
Oh wow. Alright, you are one of the people that I wanted to have on this interview. This is actually amazing.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to do a little interview right here, right now.
Yeah, just note, right now I am currently recording. None of this is really gonna be edited. I'm essentially gonna post the raw, uncut footage into YouTube just because I'm just simply gonna post it
Whoa.
in a playlist into
Yeah, I get it.
the group,
Yeah, no, I
the
like it.
server.
I like it.
Do I have your consent to
Uh,
record currently?
Now that you said you're posting it on YouTube, I'm trying to think if I've insulted any groups because I know
You don't
earlier
want that. You don't want that on the record, definitely.
earlier today there was definitely a group of people that I called a very foul name, but I'm pretty sure that was with Shorty
you do?
McBow and not with you.
You did not. No, none. There was no name calling or nothing
Oh,
here.
okay. Just have to admit, I am a
Don't
king, so I've
worry.
gotta.
Alright, well, I guess let's find ourselves a
Could
comfortable
we
place to sit
go
down.
to the? Sorry. Could we go to the Scarlet Pint Bar, Yeti? Like all three
Yes,
of us and continue this
Um,
Scarlet
conversation?
Pine.
Actually, I think I need to get towards that elk sale, but you guys
Yep.
are more than welcome to talk in there, and then I will come back as soon as I can.
That sounds
Is
perfect.
it open right now? Because I don't think we can open
Before,
the doors.
yeah, we cannot
It is
open the doors.
open. No, you guys can.
Oh, okay. Then let's go.
They recently made that door open to public, so you could put stuff down while you're in there and whatnot.
Nice. Before
Alright.
you go, then, Yeti, any parting comments, any notes, anything you would like to say to the people once they see this video?
Yes. Come on down to the Scarlet Pint for a nice tall glass of mead. And, live long, die hard.
All right. Thank you
Heck
so
yeah.
much, Yeti.
Good words to